believe, as other speakers have said, that unless and until the police department fulfills its obligation to fully implement the CIT program, unless and until they complete a study of all less lethal alternatives, and unless and until they complete their obligation to meet with community members on this issue, that it's entirely premature to investigate a pilot program for tasers in the city. Had the department moved more quickly to implement CIT training, the incident that we spoke of this summer may well have been avoided. Tasers constitute a significant level of force, as we've heard today. Too often they're viewed as harmless, non-lethal devices that simply temporarily incapacitate. That's false. When used exactly as intended, tasers cause excruciating pain, and as we've seen across the nation, they pose a risk of serious injury or death. As you've heard today, in particular, people with mental health problems are much more likely to be at high risk for injury and death from taser instances. And with that high population in San Francisco, and that population coming into contact often with the San Francisco Police Department, we really want to run a risk of that population being disproportionately impacted. The ACLU is also concerned with the civil rights implications, as some of the supervisors spoke of today. Across the nation and in San Francisco, we've seen that, for instance, African Americans and other communities of color are just more disproportionately impacted by excessive use of force. That will lead us to believe that once tasers are instituted, tasers would also be disproportionately used against communities of color. Because the weapons are so easy to use, it will also increase overuse, and officers are much more likely to rely on tasers as their first line rather than reverting to what they may have learned in training, such as verbal commands and other de-escalation techniques. We also have outlined